success, the power of direct school admission for your child. So again, okay, maybe let me start first. I'm Mr. Shah, the head of department for the PE, CC and Aesthetic, as well as covering student leadership for this year. Parents, Admirals, do take note that this session will be recorded and it will be uploaded to our school YouTube account. So if you miss any segment or if you enter a bit later, it's okay, no need to worry. What you can do is you can go to our school YouTube account, you can watch it again. You can actually wish to see whether you missed out anything or you want to review anything at your own time and pace. Okay, and the next thing is this, that we have a team here. So you can post your questions in the chat. We will try our best to answer as many as we can. If you're not able to do it, then we will have a session at the end of the sharing today. Then we will open up for Q&A. Okay? Again, I encourage every one of you, let's keep the questions coming. We hope to be able to clarify as much as we can today, all in hope for us to be able to help our admirals to make an informed choice to enter their dream secondary school. Okay? Hold on. Give me one. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Right. Sorry about that. Okay. The agenda for today. You can see here we have 6 main topics or main things that we're going to talk about. Number one, understanding DSA for all. That means we like to share with you our Admiralty narrative. Number two, at the same time, we'll take this opportunity to share a bit of the DSA scene, our current trends here in Singapore about direct school admission. We also like to take this opportunity to share a bit about our outcomes. At the same time, number 4 here, we have invited our alumni, Aryan Shah from Singapore Sports School, to share a bit about his DSA experience and how he has progressed in his current school. Next, the 5th one, we'll talk about how the school, how we are supporting your child in their pursuit of entering their dream secondary school. And last but not least, we will take this particular chance to address common concerns among students as well as parents. Right, I'd like to begin this session with sharing an article with each and every one of you. This article was on Straits Times Online, dated 13th of May. It's about how to ace the DSA interview and prepare for PSLE, whereby they invited or they gotten narratives from five students to share tips for primary 6 pupils. So I actually took out one only. You can see a picture here. The one on the right is actually Kingsley. I think it's Kingsley. Yeah, Kingsley. The one is on the right. So I think let me just read a bit about this. Read this article for you. So when Kingsley was introduced to Scrabble in primary 2 in 2018, little did he expect that the classic word game would help him gain direct admission to Maris Stella High School before he set the PSLE. He had randomly picked it as a co-curricular activity at St. Hilda's Primary School, but soon developed a passion for the game thanks to a teacher. He wanted to hone his skills further and jump at a chance to apply to Maris Stella High through DSA. It is the only secondary school in Singapore offering Scrabble as a DSA talent area. Successful applicants join its English Literary Society CCA, which also welcomes DSA students with a flair for debating. As part of the DSA selection process, Kingsley played a game of Scrabble against a Maris Stella High student. He said this, "I lost by a large margin, and I thought it was a disadvantage to me," he says. "Surprisingly, my opponent commended my tactics and said I was pretty good for a primary 6 pupil." He also advises, so Kingsley also advises applicants not to get too hung up over whether they will get an offer from the schools they applied to. Focus on revising for PSLE and don't be afraid to ask your teachers for help. Okay, so this was taken from that particular article. The idea which I want to bring across to parents or even admirals who are here is about the things that we have been saying, the things that we have been drumming in each and every one of our students, is to discover your talent. You need to take the time and effort to develop your strength, make it work for you. All right. Now, with that, after moving on from that particular article, let me just touch base on this. I think this is the core, this is the belief in our particular Admiralty Primary School, that every young admiral has a gift to benefit self and others. Means every single one of them has that particular gift, can be a talent, can be something that they are good at. So this is our belief. Next, we're having that belief in mind. There's this narrative that we came up with, or this tagline, DSA for all. So what is this DSA for all? I believe most of you might have heard it before. You attended our town hall before in the past. So here, direct school admission allows students to enter secondary schools of their choice based on talents beyond academic results. And I think the idea here is to encourage students to believe that they have another route to enter their choice school besides the traditional academic merit, which is PSLE. We want to encourage students to pursue their interests and talents. And if successful, their approach to PSLE will be less stressful and more enjoyable. Okay, this is one. Give me a moment. Next, I mentioned here, I emphasize again, all secondary schools are offering direct school admission, and hence we want DSA to be accessible to every admiral. So again, I know some students or some teachers or some parents been telling me this, that, oh, maybe my child is not suited for DSA. I think we kind of understand that DSA might not be for all students, but here the narrative is that we want it to be accessible to every admiral. Means every admiral has that equal chance to not only believe in their own gift and make it work for them, but to also believe that they can decide to pursue their interests further and use that to their advantage to enter the school of their choice. Ultimately, we do not want them to be fixated only on their academic grades. Holistic development of every admiral, and they are not, and we want them to be interested to further develop their interests and talents. So here, in all, we want them to be able to make better, informed, and strategic choices when identifying a secondary school of their choice. So be it whether they want to enter via DSA or PSLE. So this is the narrative coming from Admiralty Primary. Now, sit back. I want you to enjoy this particular clip. I think most of you would actually resonate or can connect with our school mascots, Totty, the tortoise, and Hoppy, the hare. So sit back and enjoy.
Toddy and Hoppy's path to secondary school success. Toddy, the tortoise, is patient and musically talented. He's the leader of the choir club. Hoppy the hare is energetic and a skilled football player. He is the team captain of the football CCA. Toddy and Hoppy wonder if they should apply for DSA to enter their dream secondary school or wait for their PSLE scores to apply. Do you know what DSA is? Direct School Admission, DSA, was set up to allow schools to recognize and admit students based on a more diverse range of talents and achievements beyond what the PSLE recognizes. A student's CCA experience, achievement, or leadership position is recognized during the DSA application.
I've always dreamed of attending a school with a strong music program. Maybe I should consider DSA and highlight my musical accomplishments in the choir.
To help him with his decision-making, Toddy updates his online ECG portfolio. He seeks advice from his CCA teacher. He also discusses his desire to apply for DSA with his parents.
I've always dreamed of attending a school known for its football excellence. I am the captain, and my coaches said I am a skillful player. Maybe I should consider DSA as an option.
He speaks to his football coach for advice on applying for DSA. He also discusses this with his parents, and his father supports his decision to apply for DSA to his school of choice. To make an informed decision, we should research each school's strengths, DSA requirements, and programs offered. They also attend open houses to get more information. After their research, they are confident they have what the schools are looking for. They both decide to apply to enter their school of choice via DSA. Now, they need to prepare for their trials and interviews. They even approach their CCA teachers and coaches for guidance. Toddy invites his football coach to speak to his parents. Based on the feedback and inputs they receive, they work towards improving their skills. It's audition day, and they are prepared to put their best foot forward. Using their strengths to their advantage, they get accepted to their school of choice via DSA. Toddy and Hoppy's journey will continue in secondary school.
Okay, I hope you actually enjoyed that particular animation. Besides enjoying, I think the idea is we wanted to leverage on the animation to help our students or admirals to connect to the intended message lah. I think if you get the particular video, you notice that we try to simulate what our students are actually going through, their thought process, and things that we are trying to guide them as to what they ought to be doing to help themselves. I think I'm not sure whether most of you can remember my time, primary school. There's no such thing as direct school admission. Maybe there was, but I wasn't kept in the loop, or there wasn't much awareness being done to help us back then. So I think times have changed. So times have changed. We also need to change. We also need to be aware of what are the options that's available for our students and our kids. I think next we can see here. You can see here is that besides for direct school admission, obviously we need to understand the eligibility lah. So I think there are a wide range of talent areas. So things like sports and games, visual, literary and performing arts, debate, public speaking, science, mathematics and engineering, language and humanities, uniform groups, leaderships. Leadership can refer to prefects, our CCA leaders, our peer support leaders, our subject leaders. I hope you are here tuning in to seek clarification as well. I think CCAs in Admiralty itself, we have 19 CCAs lah. So I think, and just now you can see from Kingsley, own experience, who's in Maristella High, he actually used Scrabble, which we never thought before that Scrabble can be a talent area that can be used. I think we also are aware, I hope we are aware, there's Paris Olympic coming up this particular year, and something which is recently introduced, breakdance, is also something. So things are evolving, things are changing, interests and talents are there. There are many facets of it. Okay. Next. Okay, commitment. See, I want to emphasize on this part. Besides eligibility, is actually on commitment. If your child, we are also hoping for it to come true. If your child is successful and admitted to a secondary school through DSA, they are not allowed to submit school choices during the secondary one. So that means S1 posting process lah. There's some later I'll highlight a bit more. Aaron can share a bit more later on. This is one, and you cannot transfer to another school. So is this good or bad? Maybe I like to encourage each and every one of us to see as it's not about limiting oneself lah. So fulfill your commitment. So hold up to the value system. I think then at the same time, we also hearing our admiral saying this, Mr. Shah, teachers, I do not want to limit myself to just one CCA, or I want to try different CCA in secondary school. There's many more CCAs that I want to try. So I think the idea here is let's debunk this myth that students do not want to be stuck, or they will be stuck in a CCA. I think there is no harm. To me, my encouragement is there is no harm in committing to a CCA early. I think all of us are aware. In CCA in CCA in primary school context is actually optional. But in Admiralty, we make it compulsory lah. I think there's a good thing to it lah. But secondary school CCA is compulsory. So I think having one CCA should not limit our children. And same goes for mine. I have actually a P6 girl as well. So she's also considering, we also having this conversation. So I think I also encourage the same thing. You have a CCA, but that doesn't mean that's the only thing that you are interested to do. There are many other things. We might want to use that CCA to bring you to a school of your choice. If you're interested in other things, Daddy can support you outside. So these are things that we can think about. Opportunities will be available for them to explore at their own time, at their own comfort, at their own pace. So I think the key here is when we provide CCA in Admiralty, which we make it compulsory for our students from P3 to P6, the idea is that CCA experience, that CCA exposure will give our admirals the foundation, the edge, compared to students who are in schools whereby CCA is still optional and they have to seek outside for experiences or opportunities to develop their interests and talents. I do hope you get where I'm coming from, right? Next, talking about eligibility, talking about commitment, that you need to commit and let's fulfill that and honor that. This was an article from Straits Times also this particular year about the DSA scene here in Singapore. So you can see here there are more. You can see the numbers there. There are more DSA places than eligible students, meaning what the government is trying to say is they're not going to increase anymore. They're not. So I think if we are kind of aware that they are allowing, for example, in secondary school mainstream, they are allowing up to 20% of the S1 cohort to enter via the DSA. I think IP schools will allow things like about 30 to 35%. There are also special schools, special schools like sports school, SOTA, SST, that allow NUS High, that only accept 100% DSA. So there are more places than eligible students. So number of students you can see are going up. Sorry, Madam Shah. Oh, okay. So a number of students admitted to school have gone up from to about 4,400 in 2023 lah. You can see there were a record number of 38,800 DSA application from 14,500 students in 2023 itself. So with this in mind, as we are moving forward, as we are growing, not only as a school, but as a nation itself, secondary schools have expanded their DSA selection process. And they want to recognize diverse strengths and take into consideration potential. And I just like to remind again potential. We do have cases last year whereby schools look at our students. We do not have that particular CCA, but because of passion, because of certain substance value, or even the potential that they see in our kids, they do offer them DSA placements lah. All right. Okay. This is what's happening in Singapore scene, and again, it kind of aligned to what we are driving at in our school. Our narrative of DSA for all, it must be accessible to every student, not only from the one class or two class, the higher progress class or lower progress. It's meant for every single one of our P6 students, not only P6, but even cascading down to P1 all the way to P5. So the idea must be there. Again, and the idea that every child has a gift. Now, let me just take a breather, digest a bit of what I've said. Let me just take this chance to share our DSA outcomes. Okay. Now, you can see here the number of successful DSA students coming from Admiralty Primary. We had 21 in 2021, 2022 we had 33, and last year was our highest which is 44, which is as good as one whole class of admirals able to secure a placement in a secondary school of their choice well before PSLE. Isn't that great? So I think to me, it is not just a number. So and as a school, it's very encouraging to see that as we raise awareness as a school, we are very deliberate in our approach to guide our students to make an informed choice. And then as a school, we're also looking to always improve the platform, the development platform, the opportunities for our admirals to tap on. And to see this growing trend is very heartening. And we want to see more. Ultimately, it's not for us, actually, it's for them. It's for them to grow, it's for them to soar even greater to greater heights in future. Now, breaking it down from 44 last year, I just like to emphasize or highlight to every one of us that out of that 44, 2 of them entered schools that only accept students via DSA. So we got 1 in via SOTA and 1 more in via to NUS High, to NUS High. Then the rest of them actually, if we look at the cutoff points and their score, they without DSA, they should be able to enter the school. But we also do have 15 students here who might not have entered the school if they didn't DSA and they just purely rely on PSA results alone. Okay, why am I emphasizing this? Or let me just give an example. Okay, we had sorry. Sorry, we actually had one particular girl of ours last year. She scored AL8. She scored AL8. She entered to CHIJ Scenic. She went to an IP program via Chinese dance. But the cutoff point for actually CHIJ Scenic is actually 7. So it's a good thing that she actually DSA and she managed to enter to the particular school of her choice. We also had a boy who actually his AL score, PSA result release day, he gotten a AL 13, and he actually entered Chongqing High Yishun via Gucheng Ensemble, and that particular school had a cutoff point of 12. So he actually scored 13. So I think it's good for him. He made use of his interests or his talents, his achievement to enter to that particular school. All right, so hats off to them lah. So we want more of such students who think a bit about stretching themselves a bit for direct school admission. Can? Okay. I just want to emphasize again. Sorry, I use the word emphasize a lot. This particular to this session lah. I think it is not just about early placement. It is not just about that, and I like to highlight DSA isn't just about the immediate goal. As a school, we are not chasing number. Again, we are not chasing numbers lah. Our main intention is actually preparing admirals for success in the long run. I repeat myself again, their success in the long run. All right. It is about developing important interview and communication skills, boosting their confidence, and preparing them for the future academic and professional endeavors lah. So that's our main intent. Again, go back to our key belief that every admiral has a gift. Okay, with that, I shall take a breather and I'll pass the time to our alumni, Muhammad Aryan Shah bin Azhar. A bit about him before I pass the time to him. He graduated from Admiralty in 2021. Same batch as my eldest daughter lah. So things now he's in Singapore Sports School. He DSA for track and field. So right with that, I pass the time to Aryan. Aryan, yours.
Thank you, Mr. Shah. Good afternoon to all the parents. In my speech, I'm going to go into detail of my sporting journey and my experience with DSA. Okay. So I was in the track and field CCA while in primary school, and I had the responsibility of being the track captain. I was thankful for the many opportunities given to me while in primary school, and I made sure that they did not go to waste. Although I wasn't able to compete in NSG due to the COVID situation, I felt that the experience still helped prepare me well for my secondary school. Now, besides Singapore Sports School, I also applied for Riverside through leadership, Ahmad Ibrahim to track and field, and San Gabriel for football. Now, if you notice, I applied to San Gabriel for football, even though my CCA was track and field. This is because I felt that I didn't need to commit to one CCA, And since my passion was also for football, I decided to give it a shot, and so as to not regret my decision. As a result, I received offers from all three of my applications, and I was in a dilemma because as I had to think of which school could help me pursue my passion for athletics and develop my skills further. So hence, I chose to accept SSB to accelerate my path. DSA helped me pursue my sporting aspirations, as it helped me ensure that even though my academic areas were not the strongest, my ability in sports would help me to widen my choices of schools to choose from. In addition, DSA has helped me to increase my focus on sports and recognize my talents. However, this did not steer me from the fact that studies are also equally important. So this helped me balance my sports and studies. Okay, fast forward to my current sporting journey. I'm currently in secondary 3 and in the track and field academy in Singapore Sports School. Last year, I had the chance to represent Singapore School Sports Council in the Lao competition with Australia and Malaysia, winning first in long jump. Additionally, I've also earned a gold medal for my school in an overseas competition, such as the Thailand Sports School Games in Thailand. There are also many opportunities to compete locally as well. And after my secondary school journey, I plan to pursue the polytechnic route. And my end goal is to represent Singapore in major competitions. Finally, these are my advice for all current admirals. The importance of good character for the future is vital in life. Learn to lead yourself well. Be disciplined and work hard to improve and be a better you with each passing day. Don't forget your school core values, grit. Your ability to be resilient and persevere to face and overcome challenges are critical. This does not just apply to your sporting journey, it also applies to life. Be a team player who contributes to positive team dynamics. In life, we need to learn to work together with other people of diverse interests and backgrounds. This is also important in life as you move forward. With that, I end my speech and all the best to my fellow admirals.
All right. Thank you, Aryan, for sharing. I think it's very heartening to see that DSA has opened many doors for him. I still remember him back then, very small boy, who's very passionate about football, who's very passionate about track and field, who's naturally athletic lah. And he actually sees that particular chance of his to try for DSA. And I think you noticed he said just now he had gotten offers. Later I'll ask him a bit more about it. But Saint Gabriel, from what I'm aware of, was that Saint Gabriel also asked for further videos of him playing lah. So, but in the end, he had chosen Singapore Sports School. And if you can remember what I talked about during the S1 posting, Aryan, correct me if I'm wrong, Aryan, when you have gotten that offer from sports school, you cannot accept the offers from your other secondary schools, correct? Okay. Correct, Ariana?
Yes, that's good.
Okay, correct. So I think, but during the S1 posting exercise, he was required to still submit for S1 posting lah. True, Arian?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so maybe this is something for those of you who are interested to join sports school. If you have gotten an offer from sports school and you are not sure what to do, it's okay. You can come back to us. You can find myself, the form teachers. I think we are ever ready to kind of support you in any way we can. Okay, then I'm going to move on. Okay, hold on. Why is it always not moving? Okay, it's moving now. The hearing from us about our narratives, our beliefs, talking a bit about the different talent areas that we can consider and what we have been that we've gotten even Aryan to come back and share. You can see that he aspired to be one of our national athletes and having that burning. I think his goal is very clear, and that goal is not only clear, but I think he has made it clear to his parents as well, whereby he has gotten his fuller support from his mommy and daddy lah. So that's a good thing, which we want all. That's why we are very thankful that many parents who are here seeking clarification, trying to better understand the process so that you can better help your child to make an informed choice. So now let me get back to how then as a school, we are supporting your child. Here, we have this particular program called Enhanced ECG. ECG should stand for Education and Career Guidance. So it's an enhanced because it's something that is done within. We refine it or we modify it to suit our school context. In our particular approach of this particular school program, we are deliberate about it. We don't leave it to chance, and we are very intentional to help our admirals to make informed choice. So what is this enhanced ECG all about? You can see from here, it is school initiated. It is conducted by our awesome form teachers. And through these lessons done during FTGP lesson, we are helping our kids to understand themselves. The key thing is understanding self, where they want to go, how to get there. So that is the key essence of our enhanced ECG. We can see there, I bolded the word decision making matrix. We are going to use this particular tool to help our kids in their decision making process, hoping that it will be an informed choice, hoping that it's strategic enough. Strategic in the sense that you all are aware that PSLE, right? The S1 posting, ordering of choices, important, right? So with that enhanced ECG, I'm just going to share with you the timeline for this enhanced ECG. It works from P1 all the way to P6 because discovering selfhood is not a 1-month affair. So it's until now, I'm still discovering myself. So I think the key thing here is from P1, what we want our children to, once they enter Admiralty, is more of understanding themselves. How are they connecting with their friends, their class, their level peers, the school itself. So understanding their strength, their interests. Then when they go to P2, this is a crucial point for them at a P2 level. They have to make an informed choice of the CCA of his or her choice. And again, I think we have shared this before, our CCA philosophy, we want our students to own that decision. Okay. This is where they must be prepared and be willing to develop, be it any choice they are given. They are given 3 choices for CCA. So there'll be many processes that's being done, helping them to make that final cut to 3, then they need to decide. So and then at the end of it, I beg or I encourage parents to say this. I think even myself personally, we cannot get everything that we want. That's life lah. Life can be unfair at times. So doesn't mean I always get what I want. So same goes for our students now. We need to teach them that. So CCA choice, they are given 3. They cannot be telling mommy, daddy that I only want first choice, nothing else. If first choice not given, I do not want to come to school. I do not want to take CCA. I think that's not what we want to build in our particular admirals. All right. So they must be willing to accept any of their choices. So those 3 choices, mommy, daddy, must be theirs. So I hope if we think backwards, CCA, what our students have asked for and they are in. So hoping that they own it, they own that particular decision. And then once they are given that particular choice, they don't look back. Same thing I always tell my daughters. So you are given that particular door, you open that door, you enter. Don't keep peeping out the door, looking at other doors that didn't open for you. So then that will kind of stop you from growing even further. Embrace, enjoy that particular moment, enjoy that particular ride, grow as much as you can. So we want that for our admirals as well. Then you can see here at P3, it's that's where we want them to know where this is where this is where they have a CCA, they have leadership opportunities. Yeah, so this is when we want them to grow lah. So this is where we think about the different platform, the exposure. So our P2 kids coming from the P2 lower block, then coming to a middle band, being exposed to P3, new subjects, new CCAs, new friends. So that's the time for them to soak in the particular moment, to develop and learn and grow and enjoy themselves here in Admiralty Primary School. Then after that, in P4, I know this. I think sorry, okay. I think at sorry, how come it's okay, sorry. Thousand apologies, my itchy finger. But I think at P4 level, this is where we want our admirals to be aware of direct school admission. That's the reason why some of the P4 parents receive this particular invite to attend town hall, and they might be wondering, Shah, isn't it too early for my child to think about DSA? It is never too early. Okay. The key thing is their awareness at P4 level can help them to be clear of the goal. And mommy, daddy, the clearer they are of their goal, not our goal, their goal, the more they are able to embrace trade-off. The more they are able to invest in time, effort to grow themselves. So why are we shortchanging them? Why are we not willing to get them to be aware of what's out there? What is the extra door that is available to them to enter the school of their choice? All right. So then at P5, P6, this is where we try to be a bit more intentional, exposing them to the skills future portal, the different route that they want to go to, avenues. So we also have DSA talk, inviting schools and so on. So again, the idea here is to shape them, to make an informed choice. Okay. Next here, those things are happening. Those things are planned. Those things are done in a very intentional manner. Every teacher is involved in one way or another to shape our admiral. So we also have this ECG Google Classroom. Parents, if you have not seen it, go and ask. Ask your child to show it to you, all right? So this is our platform whereby we have conversation. Sometimes it can be one way, but still, this is where our admiral can go to if they need information, because this is where we push certain information. Like for example, reminders on open houses, any articles, the video that we shared just now to you, the link is given to them. We even talked about town hall to them. I think we also shared the articles on Kingsley to them. So information can be abundance. Let us be very honest about it. It's out there. It's a matter of whether ourselves, myself included, yourself, your child, whether they are reaching out for help, reaching out to get that particular information to help them out. So this is a very important platform. Then after that, what the next layer of what we did is we surveyed our P6. At the start of this year, somewhere term 1, if I can remember correctly, we surveyed our P6. Having done all that, we surveyed is to kind of simulate the DSA application process. So at this present moment, we are thankful. We've gotten almost about, if I can remember correctly, about 140 of them submitted their choices. That is a very good data point for our teachers. And these data are shared not only to P6 teachers' parents, it's shared to our CCA teachers, leadership team. Everyone got access to this particular document. And then we use that particular document we tap on it. So it kind of help us, we leverage on that particular data to have discussion with our students. So in hoping that we can able to shape them even better. Can? So this is what we are actually doing here in Admiralty Primary School to help your child. Now, okay, let me pause for a while. Okay, I think let me also take this chance to address some common concerns, common concerns that we have. Here, the first question here. When will we be notified if our child is successful for DSA? So let me just share with you that here, this is the timeline. Let me just share timeline first. So 7 May to 3rd June is where the DSA application windows opens. Then you can see here that you can submit. It's a central, you need to apply by a DSA portal. Later, I'll show it to you, DSA portal. You need to use your SingPass. You can submit up to 3 choices, maximum of 2 choices to apply to the same school for 2 different talent area. if your child really wants to go to that particular school, example can be, I really want to go to Admiralty Secondary. I can apply by leadership. If I have leadership experience and exposure, then I can also apply to maybe badminton if the school offers badminton as a talent area. So this is what it means lah. Then after that, you can see from 24 to 20. Okay, sorry, I backtrack a bit. Application window. If you have difficulty submitting your application online, you do not have a SingPass and so on, you can come, you approach the form teachers or even myself. Then as a school, we can help you out. Okay, we will let you know what to do so that we can help you to submit for you, right? Then next one, you can see here 24 June to 9 September. This is where the in-person face-to-face selection trials and interview for short-listed applicants lah. Okay, this is where the selection process takes place. Then on 21 of October to 25th, this is where the school preference submission. This is where you will, by the 9th of September, you should have received the reply from the schools lah, whether you gotten a confirm offer, a waiting list, or unsuccessful. Okay. Then when during this 21 to 25th of October, you need to be able to choose. That means up to 3 choices. In order of preference, that means which is your first rank number 1, rank number 2, number 3. So if you've gotten 1 offer, put it in as 1. You've gotten 2 offers, you need to rank which is number 1, which is number 2. Bear this in mind. If you never reply, you never submit, the offers will lapse. Okay. Next day, last one you see here is the, sorry, wrong spelling. Late November 2024. This is the DSA. Is where the PSLE results day lah. The D day. So on this particular day, this is where you will also get your school allocation along with your PSLE results. So this one, successful DSA students are not allowed to participate in S1 posting, except for people like Aryan lah, those who actually went into Singapore Sports School. Again, I repeat myself, commitment must honor it. Cannot say, oh, I gotten better results, can I choose another school? Again, the school already reserved for you one slot. I only fair that you honor your commitment. They already honor theirs, right? Okay. Second question. How, I think this question, sorry, this question also I gotten it from your replies lah. So I try my best to cater our talk to answer your questions as well. So I think here, I also understand that parents, myself also, we might prioritize the familiar and the traditional route of PSLE because why? It's well established. We all know about it and widely understood, even though they just changed all this streaming to G1, G2, G3 and the AL score. But we kind of know about it. But maybe for DSA, not so. That's why we are here. And that's why it might lead to a certain hesitation in quite a number of us to apply for our students or for our children. So here, let me take this chance to teach you how to apply via DSA portal. So I told you just now, I got a P6 kid, a daughter. So that's why I have access to this particular thing, which I can show it to you. So you need to have a P6 child in order for you to access DSA portal. So this is what it looks like, the DSA portal. You need to log in via SingPass. So once here, you see your daughter's name or your child's name there, the birth cert, the school. You can see my name there. So here, this is the first one, the talent area. This is where I said 3 choices. So everything is indicated down there, whether the maximum 2 choices, all is there. So you need to pick talent area, for example, performing arts, what is the school that you are looking out for, and so on. So you have 3 choices here. Next, this is a non-school based award activities. For this particular page, it is not compulsory. Parents, it is not compulsory. We are not giving any testimonial for you to submit here. Anything to do with school, experience, achievement, energy, whatever it is that we are aware of, it already being captured in school cockpit. All right. Conduct grade, CCA participation, CCA achievement, leadership positions, all are already in your cockpit, which secondary school can have access or privy to. The only thing here would be when those things that are done outside of school. So those things that school is not aware of that you want to share, you sign them up for anything outside, which you think is worth submitting to further enhance the chance, go ahead. This is the point here. Then after that, you need to provide the contact details whereby anything that will come to this particular email and so on. All right. Once everything is okay, you can see bolded there by them that you need to commitment. I talk about commitment again. Then once everything is okay, you can submit. Can? So that is for the DSA portal itself. Now, there's this particular question: how will the school prepare admirals for the DSA interview or audition? So again, here, secondary schools are not required. I just like to emphasize this. Secondary schools, they are not required to inform us of admirals who are shortlisted. So they will notify you directly. That was why just now I said the important thing of putting the person the contact details. So they inform you directly. Then if you're asking me how are we preparing our students, it starts from P3. I mentioned before, even from P1, our enhanced ECG program. So it starts from there. Their leadership, the CCA starts from P3. Then our enhanced ECG. Then some of you ask the interview how. So we in our enhanced ECG lesson, P6 we are going through soon, will be on to familiarize themselves with interview format, common questions, and appropriate way to respond. We will make sure that our lesson is before the interview lah. All right. It is meant for all lah. So those of them who are not going, it is still a life skill that is worth knowing about. Okay. Okay, one thing here. Parents, I think for term 3, CCA will be suspended for P6. So term 3, CCA suspended for them. So I will encourage you this. If your child is shortlisted for interview, what they should be doing is they should approach the teacher, their coaches for support. I'm sure no teachers in Admiralty would push them away lah. If we can, we do. So I've heard of last time, I know some students, right? Monday, they're not involved in CCA anymore, but they just wanted that platform to just do and prepare certain things for their trials. So they do turn up for Wednesday slots or Friday slots, CCA they have. Or again, they do meet their CCA teachers even during lunchtime or after school to have a quick chat to bounce off ideas and so on. So those things must be done. The key thing I mentioned here, we are not aware. So you or your child need to inform us. Then ultimately, the best thing is go to the secondary school website to look at the selection process. Okay, here, they say this, my child has no standout talents. I like to say this, DSA isn't solely about extraordinary talent. It is about showcasing a range of skills and qualities that make their child unique lah. So again, we need to think beyond traditional definition of talent. So what is talent itself? Everyone has something special to offer lah. I think the key thing here is this. I like to encourage all of us here. Affirm your child, his or her interest needs to be committed and cultivated. Okay, it is about connection to their inner self. It's not always about being the best or the most talented. That's not what the schools are looking out for. Make their talents, make their strength, make their uniqueness to their advantage. The key thing here is to know what is the school looking out for. Do I have what they are asking for? All right? Is it the school a good fit? So that is the key thing. So let's do away with this. Oh, I must be the best, standout talents and so on. Okay. Now, what is the cutoff point to enter secondary school via DSA? Here, there is no cutoff point. Parents, Admirals, there is no cutoff point to enter via DSA. Again, go back to the true spirit of DSA, based on talents, based on interest. It goes by your posting group eligibility. So you can see here, if you're posting group 3, they will honor that. If you're posting group 2, they will honor that. If you're posting group 1, even though you don't meet the cutoff point, they will still honor. So again, it goes by your posting group eligibility. Okay? Now, okay, with that, I do hope we have answer. Maybe we have a Q&A session right now. Okay, let me look at the. Okay, maybe sorry, as I'm looking through, maybe Aryan, maybe can you share some interview tips, please? How to prepare themselves?
Okay. Some interview tips I can give is to be confident when you speak. The way you talk, your body language, these are all important factors that the interviewer takes into account when they're asking you questions. Confidence also reflects on yourself as a person and your character. Yeah, that's about it. Research about your secondary schools to predict what questions the interviewer asks.
Thank you, Aryan. I think maybe I saw one thing talking about saying that making it harder for students to change CCA after P3 lah. I think this is like a chicken and egg story. You allow I think it goes back to the intent lah. I think if you're asking us, hey, why is it that we don't allow them to change? It goes back to the choice. They were being taught, educated about how to make an informed choice. What are the 3 CCA choice that they want out of the 19? And we wanted to be able to accept that particular 3, any 3. So then it doesn't make sense or to contradict or to go against what we are teaching when they suddenly join 1 month, say, Mommy, Daddy, I want out. So that's not what we want. And we do not want to give that indirect messaging to our kids when things go tough, just ask for a change. All right, that is one. So I think the key thing is we do allow transfer cases, but it must be done for the right reason. And we made it so there is a process in place for students to have conversation with teachers. They need to be able to articulate the CCA that they want to go to, why they want to go to. So we have put things in place that allow that flexibility is still there, but we still anchor by our belief or our philosophy that they need time to be cultivated. You cannot within 5 months you say I've done my best, I've learned enough for that particular CCA. So that's not what we want. I hope I've answered that particular question. And I think that they also mentioned here that talking about PE teachers should put in the effort to know. I think it goes beyond that lah. It's not only the PE teachers per se, but I think every teachers are involved in one way or another to shape a particular admiral and understanding their interest, because their interest might not be in sports. Their interest might be in performing arts, dance, music, English, math, language. So these are things that every one of us plays a particularly important role. And we are trying our best to ensure that we are able to nudge and give guidance. We don't dictate for them, but we do offer them advice. All right. Okay. Let me see. Is there anything else that I can answer? Okay. All right. I think there's this particular question. Are you able to break down the 44? Breakdown. Okay. If you ask me for a detailed breakdown, maybe for this particular, this might not be the right platform for me to show, because ultimately the idea of showing that number is to show a growing trend. Is to show a growing trend, because what works in the past might not work. What works for the students, 44 students, might not work for our current batch of students. So that's how it is. But if you're keen to find out, okay, in breakdown in terms of how many went for academy, maybe I can do that. Maybe we can speak offline. We can find time. You can even come to school and have conversation with me. We can talk about it lah. Can? Then maybe one more here is. Am I supposed to answer this? Sorry, Okay. Okay, I think there's one question here. They're asking, say, how. Okay, wait. Sorry, I shifted. How can we ace their interview? Share what to expect. I think just now Aryan talked about confidence speaker. I think confidence speaker we start from P1. In terms of our languages, we want our students to be effective communicators, our oral exam. Then during CCA time, they also have time to actually converse with their fellow peers. We also have ECG lessons. So these are things that is shaping. We don't hothouse them because we don't hothouse them. Okay, just for interview sake, we just do it for the sake of it. So it's done in a very pervasively manner from P1 all the way to P6 to develop them to become confident speakers lah, right? But I'm very sure in the CCAs, I've met many, I've seen many, CCAs inviting their alumni to come. I'm okay. Wait, sorry, I'm mindful of time, but come back alumni to share their experiences. So we do have CCAs like that, and I'm very sure if the student asks that particular CCA teacher, he or she will able to give very good guidance lah. Right? Okay, this is one. Let me see again. Okay, parent, this timeline, which timeline is it? Okay, sorry, I'm not really understanding this, but if you're talking about the enhanced ECG timeline, if you're talking about that, yeah, okay, on enhanced ECG timeline, okay, this is something which, as a school, we are moving. As much as we want our students to grow, we are also growing. So this is something which we have refined. So if you're asking me whether should we inform parents about this, my take is we can think about it to see whether if there is a need for us to go into a bit more detail to inform parents lah. But trust me, or trust the school itself. We are trying to ensure that we do a comprehensive package to benefit our students from P1 to P6 lah. All right, we are re-looking into this as well. Okay, past admirals who got offered into DSA school, what is the biggest AS score? Okay, I think the biggest, okay, if you ask any P6 kids right now, I hope they can prove me right. They will talk about stretch, not strain. So the idea is to stretch them a bit, but not to strain them so much that they don't want to come to school. They feel very stressed out. So I do have students who entered schools with a big gap of AL. I just talked to one of my class today, this morning lah, about this particular girl who entered St. Margaret's via Malay dance. So when I caught back or catch up with her, had this particular chance to catch up with her, she admitted, I did ask her how is it now that your AS, the gap is quite, how are you academically? She admitted this. So she said, Mr. Shah, I might be a totty. I'm a hoppy in dance. I might be a totty in academics, but that didn't deter her because she remembered what we've been saying. It's okay to be a totty, be a hardworking totty. So she continued to work hard, doubly hard, and then she's able to, not that she suffers, but she's able to catch up. So I think, but again, the idea is to have conversation with our kids, find a school that has good programs that fit what our kid wants to pursue further. Okay, sorry. Okay, next question. Okay, this particular question. Okay, what should sorry, I just read. What should parents of children currently in P4 DSA focusing on DSA in coming years? Any specific time critical decision meetup needed? Thanks. I think the key thing is get them to be, if I'm you, bring them to show them, okay, we will have a lesson for our people. We have yet to do it because we are very intentional not to introduce too early, because we also want them to embrace their CCA experience first, embrace their leadership position for this particular year. So then we will start to expose them to what is this direct school admission all about. So if you're asking me whether should it be done earlier or so, what is the critical time? I think it is for me right now, personally, I think it's a good time. P4 might be a good time to think about it, so that then if they are clearer of the goal or the school that they want to, then all the more they'll be more keen to put in more time and effort in a particular CCA. Or they might be telling mommy, daddy, I want to work harder, I want to be a student leader, I want to be a peer support leader, I want to try to be the best that I can be. So those are good things that we hope will come into the particular formula or situation. All right. Okay. Next, sorry, I'll go on to the next question. Okay, I know time is not on our side. I do hope we are all okay to stay back a bit more. If parents choose ready, still can change. If parents, okay, application window, within the application window, you can still change. Okay, that one can still change. Once, okay, if you're asking me whether school teachers advise parent meeting, again, for me, those parents who are here, if you receive my invite to have conversation with me, I put down there. So I wish to have conversation with you about the potential of DSA. And to my students, I open up to them, say, hey, if you want to talk about it, always come and see me. And I believe I'm not the only teacher doing it. So feel free to meet up with your teachers that you want to speak to, okay? Because they will be in a better position to answer you. Next, I heard my girl say school teacher asked her choose DSA and parents also DSA. Okay, this one. I heard my girl say school teacher asked her choose DSA and parents also DSA. I sorry, I okay, this one might want to let us know what actually you meant by this, but I think it's a good thing. To me, it's a good thing that the teacher is prompting or stimulating that thought in that particular child of yours lah. Can? Okay, mom, can I take maybe last two? Okay, if I want to apply for badminton, but I don't have participate in any competition, can I go for DSA? Again, this one, my take is can, if you have you have the skill lah. So if you have not played for any competition, but you are naturally passionate about it, you like it, like what Aryan said just now. No, he is in track CCA, but he loves football. He plays football during play at lunch and so on. He joins some football club training outside of school, and he still want to use it to pursue. That's his option. It's perfectly fine. I've come across this before. Sorry, parents, I say this. No disrespect to any parents. I have met one student who went for a robotics interview. So I spoke to the boy before he went for interview. I said, "Do you know about robotics?" The boy said, "No." "Do you know about the school that offers robotics?" The boy said, "No." "Then why do you choose?" He said, "My daddy chose for me." So in the end, the interview was a stressful situation for that particular boy. So I think we do not want our child to be in that particular situation. Can? Okay. I'll take the last one. So when do they need to submit the secondary school of their choices? When secondary school the choices? If you're talking to me about if you watch the we will share the link with all of you again. But if you saw just now, if you talked about the DSA application, it is within the window. That means it's the 3rd of June. DS window close when? 3rd June, right? Yeah. Sorry, 3rd June, 3 p.m. That is the window for DSA application. And so there's also a window for your school preference submission. Then S1 posting also, there's also a deadline. That means 7 days, within 7 days when PSA results is given out. So again, we need to stick to the particular timeline given. Okay, are we okay for now? Can? Okay. The team asked me to push through. All right, when do we need? Okay. Sorry, I take this again. I kind of appreciated that this particular parent has a lot of questions to ask for clarification. Like I said, if I'm not able to answer every single question, feel free to get in touch with me after our session. Okay. You presented the P1 to P6 timeline and different stages is what will be assessed. Should it be? I already said this just now, right? Yeah. Okay, I think if you look at the timeline, that is meant for our enhanced ECG program. So that is what we intend for our different students to be able to undergo certain lessons from P1 to all the way to P6 lah. So
Mr. Shah,
yeah,
can you hear me?
that's why to this particular parent, I kind of agree with you. That's why we actually push it down to P4 to talk about DSA to our students lah. Can?
Testing. Mr. Shah, can you hear me? Hello?
Maybe Mr. Chen,
Yes,
are
yes.
you
Can you hear
to
me?
say anything, Mr. Chen?
Can you hear me? Testing. Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so maybe if I could just
Okay.
very quickly also address
Cannot hear anything.
oh, can you all hear me? Testing, mic test.
Can hear. Sir?
Can you hear me? Testing, can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah,
great.
Mr. Chen,
So
can be
sorry.
heard? Can
Yes,
continue?
thank you. So sorry. Parents, so I think there was this question about the timeline. Let me just allow me to address it a little bit. In the past, we would usually brief all parents regarding the DSA, give more information in the year of P6. So we will invite the parents of children in P6. We will address that with them, share a little bit more about DSA, and I think the way that we brought it up was also because we will also be concerned that some parents may not have gone to the MOE's website to find out a little bit more about what DSA is all about. Or I think in recent years also the interest in DSA has really picked up. So introducing at the P6 level more information about DSA was then how we went about doing it. And in fact, this year what we realized is that guiding our students in terms of understanding about DSA, we thought rather than leaving it to P6, we wanted to bring it 1 year earlier as well to P5, getting parents of P5 children aware about what DSA is about, getting the P5 students themselves be thinking about some of these things. My own advice is that we probably wouldn't want to bring this timeline down too much. If we bring it to P4, P3, even to P1s for that matter, is that I don't think that we want to confuse our students with too much information about secondary school pathways, what are the different ways of getting into different secondary schools of your choice, because they may not be ready to actually handle the amount of information that you have. So my advice is probably this. One is actually, but I take your point, is that when it comes to our enhanced ECG timeline, our enhanced ECG program, is there scope for us? Is there a way for us to probably put some of this information up on our school website as an example? I think we can think about this. By putting it in terms of timeline for our students to think about from P1 all the way to P6, what are some things that we want to guide our children through this enhanced ECG program? I think that's probably what you are thinking about. But in terms of holding a town hall workshop like that for parents, at this point in time, we don't have an intention to open it up to even P1 parents, because if you think about it, it really is too much information even for you to be thinking about DSA at a P1 level, P2 level, right? I would say that at the different junctures, we focus on different things. When they come to the P5 level, P6 level, I think that is the time for us to be thinking a bit more about DSA. As being one of the possibilities, together with, because of secondary school choice. I think that is the main thing that we're talking about. Also, there is that balance that we would like to strike between how early we want to expose our children to such information, and then as well as giving them sufficient information about secondary school choice. Okay. Yes, so not to parents, to students, but to parents. But same thing with parents. My worry is also that we give a lot of information to the parents, even at P1 and P2 stage. Actually, the focus shouldn't be that at the P1 and P2 stage. If you wish to know more information about DSA, actually the DSA information is already online with the MOE website. It's all there in terms of the basic information of DSA, specifically about what our school does for DSA. Then I will say that let's leave it to the slightly later stages. But again, like I said, I think I agree with your point that perhaps as an enhanced ECG program, what are we doing as a program for our students lining up from P1 to P6? We can probably put it up on our school website to give our parents more information. Okay, Ken? I think the other questions were answered by my colleagues along the way. All right. Yeah, I'll pass the time back to Mr. Shah. If there are no further questions, we can probably also see how you like to end.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chen, for clarifying that. Agree with Mr. Chen as well as the parent itself. We will look into it to see how we can further provide that particular information up in our school website. Okay, I think with that, we have answered most question or all questions. But again, if we missed out any, we do apologize for that. Do feel free to get back to us, and we can have future conversations on to seek to clarify any doubts that you have. With that, we will end this particular session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, teachers.